Hey, it's Andre and it's time for the Friday flying update. Who needs international rescue when you got a Phantom 4? That's right, if you've been following any of my social media feed, you know that the DJI Phantom 4 was responsible for finding a downed Radiant Pro. In fact, I published the video on Monday this week, and within an hour, the owner, Chris, had emailed me, submitted some detailed information about the aircraft and some photo verification, and sure enough, it was his. Tuesday evening, it was in his hands and on its way home with its rightful owner. So I'm super pumped about that. Chris said he's going to restore it and we'll have to get it up, and I'll do some chase video with the Phantom 4. So pretty cool that the Phantom was able to help me spot that, and success story. Everybody's happy. So haven't had a chance to fly the Phantom 4 this week. It was just the last couple days have been crazy, and I need to actually clarify and apologize for last week's lack of an update. Unfortunately, I learned earlier in that week that an former coworker, had been tragically killed in a motorcycle accident. So it kind of just took me out of, took me into a different place. I needed to just, chill out and not worry about publishing stuff. So things are much better this week. I will be attending his funeral tomorrow, so that'll be another somber day. But c'est la vie, regards to his family and everything. And unfortunately, it is rather tragic as far as I'm concerned. So moving on and forward, I'm looking forward to some time to finish off the Sweepwing duos. They look fantastic. I can't wait to start putting in all the wiring and do the cutout for the motors and laying in all the components. And then it's paint, and then it's laminate, and then it's flying. So these guys are getting close, and they look and they feel fantastic. They're so rigid now. It's amazing. So just a little bit more prep work, and like I said, cut out the areas for the motors and start laying in all the components, and they will be in the air and just, causing all kinds of chaos and trouble at the field. So I can't wait. Speaking of causing chaos and trouble, if you watched my Instagram feed, you'll know that the Rotor Riot David Vindestal Special Corsair had a moment, and I suspect it was receiver related, so I'm going to swap that out. Basically, it rolled over and I had nothing for it. It took off clean and everything and looked pretty good, and just went poof, gone. Blew off a whole control rod, control arm, everything, the servo. It was just a mess. So it is back together and it's looking a lot better. I'm just going to drop in an FRSKY receiver. Enough of these other brands and everything. I'm just going to stick with it, and that'll probably be something that'll continue on through the rest of my fleet through 2017. Just getting rid of all the other stuff, unless it's a stock DSMX receiver from one of those aircraft. I'll be switching everything over to FRSKY. It's just trust and reliability are paramount. And speaking of which, even the Bixler got some work done on it during some of the more unclimate or lesser weather days. This one had been running a 433 system. 433 was reliable, but I kept having issues where I was damaging the dipole antenna. I had it in different spots, and usually we get tugged or sitting on the wall or during transport. So I said, enough of that, and I put in an FRSKY X8R, and that fit in really cleanly. And actually, I feel the whole setup on the aircraft is now a lot cleaner. So it's basically, well, back to basics with it. Really simple inside. I do have my pan and tilt system going on it and a nice transmitter. So I can't wait to get some decent weather and get this thing up and just enjoy FPV flying. I mean, the Aero has been so fantastic to fly, so it's, let's go to another step and get a little bit more range, a little bit more altitude, and just cruise around and have some fun again. I mean, it's got OSD on it, it'll have a decent battery system on it, but it won't be anything crazy or far range or nothing, just around the park, but reliable, clean reception on video, reception on transmission and control, So looking forward to that, because it has been a while since I've done that. No packages in this week. Postal system is really slow, unfortunately, and it just happens that way between the orders, and it takes such a long time. Even from Banggood, GearBest, and Hobby King, they all seem to be taking about a month unless I jack up the shipping costs and use a courier based, and then there's a whole other issue from there. So that's about it. Today is November 11th, so happy Remembrance Day and happy Memorial Day. I guess happy is the wrong word. My dad and I did attend the ceremony here in east end of Ottawa, so that was a really nice thing to see. It was cold, and the weather is definitely turning on us. It's now like dark at 4:45, so I think the night birds, if the winds and temperature are acceptable, they're going to be coming out more often. So that's the Pawnee and the night walrus. They will be up a lot more. In fact, I'll be doing a video about that, and I'll probably carry on and do a video series about winter flying and all the safety tips related to that. So there you go. Hopefully we all get out this weekend to do this little flying. Thanks for watching.